Hello, my friends, and welcome to my little corner of the internet. I'm here to share my experience, my inner standing, and my learning so that you can take what's useful, because obviously it's going to change for everybody to some degree. We're here having a very individual experience for a reason, but my intention is that as many of you who come into contact with this knowledge that I'm sharing will be able to use it to your benefit and the benefit of those around you. Just wanted to point out my pointy hat, which is rooted in the goddess tradition. You may be familiar with the image of the witch wearing her pointed hat. Interestingly, another fantastic scholar who I have been following on YouTube was wearing hers the other day, and explained that actually there is a scientific reason. I use the word scientific with slight hesitation, since this entire conversation I'm having with you is going to cover the subject of language, and how language is being used as a tool for that. Well, it's being used as a tool to distort the truth, unfortunately. And science itself is something that the more I research and the more I learn myself through experience, the more I am coming to see that it's actually not necessarily a way of pointing to objective truth, and actually the idea of objective truth is a tricky one. So anyway, I came here today to read to you an essay that I've written recently, and my intention is that you share this as far and wide as is possible. Oh yes, the pointy hat. Yes, the science behind it apparently is that, as you may be aware, pyramids were designed to direct energy. I guess where that energy comes from is questionable, whether it's the ether or star energy. There's various theories out there, but interestingly, I had the sense that the shape of a witch's hat was actually designed for enhancing the intellect, and funnily enough, Amy, who I also follow, was wearing her witch's hat and shared her discovery that is indeed the case, and actually the tradition that we held some way back a few decades ago, when once upon a time it was acceptable to put a child who was maybe exhibiting difficulties with learning something, or was maybe playing up in class, would be sent to the corner to wear a dunce's hat, which would be pointed in the same shape as witch's hat. And apparently that was also because it was designed to enhance the intellect. So there we go. I'm attempting to enhance my intellect and encourage you to do the same for good purposes. Anyway, yes, I wanted to read to you. There is a psychological operation in progress that is almost as old as time. In fact, it could well be linked to our perception of time as a linear, predictable, regular beat. It involves having us look at the skies instead of what's under our feet. In the old world, the era of the Paleo and Neolithic, there is archaeological evidence which demonstrates cultures living peacefully with each other and the planet. There is also evidence of highly evolved civilizations, and the one thing we had in common was a recognition of our existence reflected by nature. We lived by the feminine principle, which entailed celebration of the regenerative, nurturing, and life-giving aspects of the mother, which was balanced with the death-dealing role of the hunter. Narcissism is rooted in an unhealthy or incomplete separation from the mother, which prevents the formation of a self, the nucleus to which all expressions of our personality returns regardless of external interventions. And I've taken that explanation, if you like, from Professor Sam Vaknin. My sense is that earlier in the story of humanity, our consciousness flowed in and through the tribes of which we were a part and into our environment in a kind of feedback loop, which enabled us to function in a way that was in complete harmony with each other and our environment, such that narcissism did not exist. In fact, we functioned in a way that was so alien to our current social structures that early anthropologists coming across indigenous people were completely incapable of making sense of neither the sociology nor psychology of these humans. I would posit that somehow the introduction of the alphabet and a language that was able to convey ideas in the abstract that enabled us to conceptualize of a God that was above or out there, or in the skies, it was the word which enabled us to project an idea of ourselves as separate from all life, and the very first narcissistic act. Through the word, we have been able to create all manner of fantasies and characters such that they have taken on a life of their own. This is in fact what is meant by the act of spelling. Over time, these words have changed and shifted in their definitions such that often they no longer have any bearing in the physical world we inhabit. However, this does not give them any less power. It is through the word that we created an invisible, omniscient, omnipotent observer, separate from us, capable of passing the kind of judgment which could lead to our internal damnation or ascension to heaven. An observer effect, which we know, having constructed a panopticon, would have had a significantly detrimental effect on every person believing in it. This same effect is now evolving into its next stage of development in the form of artificial intelligence and a system of observation which will invade not only your external reality, but be capable of reading your thoughts. Many have not realized that the truth exists in the first page of the Bible, but not in the sense that many believers understand. It is through the word that the God of the Bible came into being and began to dictate his rules and regulations. We are told, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." John 1.1. However, the God spoken of in this Bible, paradoxically, did begin to create the world as it appears now, due to its harnessing of the minds of so many men. In our world now, speaking freely is fast becoming criminalized. This heavy attack on speech currently leaves my throat sore and a bad taste in my mouth, because it's reflective of the level of importance of being able to speak freely in this world. The skies provide an almost mirror image reflection of the nature of reality's function. Above us run telephone cables, satellites, aeroplanes, and the spraying of chemicals, all of which contribute to the creation of a form of simulation. This apparently is also where we should be seeking God, in the world of the invisible. Although bear in mind that even silent prayer is now supposedly also outlawed, as opposed to the world of the visible. Still, humanity is being led into a psychological trap which seeks to solve our planetary problems with structures that exist out there, in space, instead of right here, amidst the matter and ether or our physical world. Under our feet is a sophisticated network of roots, bacteria, mycelium, ancient rock, crystal, minerals and metals, all of which have their own highly sophisticated communication systems and all of which have provided the food and energy needs of all humans everywhere at some point in history. Furthermore, if we look at things on a purely biological level, it's the earth who created us and the earth to whom we must return as dust. Somehow or other, a primordial fear of death and or a desire to transcend the mortal suit, to elevate themselves to become gods, led humanity to attempt to conquer the laws of the Great Mother, the effects we see playing out now in our world. Why this fear arose, I can't yet say, since there are, I believe, many concepts which have come to exist purely due to the sense of separation we experience through use of the word. For example, the concept of waste would have been obsolete. How can there be waste if we are all part of a system which feeds and renews itself continually? Whatever is lost actually simply returns to the earth. It is with my word that I invoke the ending of this simulacrum and endeavour to shed light on a pathway that leads into the dark womb of the goddess, our mother. May we all find the missing aspect of ourselves in nature and the loving, nurturing embrace of the earth. May we all find peace, abundance, and harmony. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.